Okay, folks. I haven't been recording a lot of vlogs lately. Just want to make a couple update vlogs. I had a couple of days off from work, and so I'm going back tomorrow. And I got the chance to rest and recuperate a bit. Just been doing like crazy overtime for as long as it's been available, and just putting in those hours. So hopefully in the near future I can focus on some other things, take care of finances right now, that sort of thing. But as far as Nofap is concerned, I'm beyond 4 months. I think it's day 128 or day 129. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I would say that I've had some moments where I've kind of felt a bit mentally weak on the whole Nofap thing, but it hasn't really gone into anything else. It's just, been like a moment here or there. But other than that, mostly it's just been some events in life. Nothing really, too crazy, I suppose. Like I said, we've been working, crazy overtime, as much as, they've been willing to allow me to do, sometimes 6, sometimes 7 days a week. I just got converted to full-time from being a temp. So there's a limitation on how many days in a row I can work, but I've kind of been pushing it to the limit. I know I had, talked in some other vlog, before this, that I was going to try to focus on professional certifications, but I just kind of got caught up in the whole, just getting my finances, in order, that sort of thing, to the extent that I have wanted to get them for this year. So I've just been really focusing in on that, not so much on the, outside certifications and stuff like that. Though I'm kind of feeling a push back towards that for, a variety of reasons. Just when you spend enough time at work and you kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, I want to advance in my career. Is it getting boring? Doesn't look like they'll be training me in this or that. How do I, make that leap? And then, you kind of start getting more interested in, stuff outside of work that would impact your career, cause you to move up a rank or two, that sort of thing. And so I'm kind of trying to shift towards that. But the other thing has been, it happened last Friday. I was driving home from work, and apparently, there was a car accident. This car had flipped over. I don't know if it had rolled over multiple times. It looked like it had rolled over multiple times, and then, landed on the side of the road. And so there was all this debris strewn across. I saw someone had pulled over and was helping someone out of the car, and, they're kind of hobbling along. Had like them over their shoulder, one arm over their shoulder, and they're kind of like helping them along, trying to, get them out of harm's way, that sort of thing, until the ambulance could get there, that sort of thing. Get them out of the car before anything, worse could happen to them. Didn't look like anybody was, laying there dead or anything, which is, always a good thing that, nobody died, but from what I could tell. But there was a bunch of debris strewn over the last, I think it was the right half of the freeway. I think it was like a 6-lane freeway. So there were, the right 3. There was debris strewn over there, and of course, the car in front of me tried to swerve and, missed it. I tried to swerve as well, but I ended up running over some of that, and I could hear the, cracking of glass, and I could feel it in the front, right half of my car, and I was like, okay, if I did run over anything sharp, that that sounded like glass cracking. If it had punctured my tire, I'm going to see the pressure light come on. And a moment later, the pressure light came on, and I parked. I took. I was close enough to the exit, so I was already slowing down, so I did not go into a skid. But I took the exit, drove all the way back to close to my house, parked the car, got out and checked the front. Well, checked all the tires, and turned out there was a front right tire that definitely looked like it was it's gone flat, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to just let my boss know I'm either gonna be late or I'm just not gonna come in. I'm not gonna be in tomorrow, on that Saturday, and let him know, give him a heads up on that. The next day, it had obviously gone way flatter, and I probably should have just said it towed at that point, but I thought I could limp over to this, repair shop. I Googled Jiffy Lube, thinking maybe they could do that, but apparently, all they do is really just basic maintenance type stuff, oil changes and filter changes, that sort of thing. They used to do tire changes, but they don't do that anymore. So it's kind of a lesson learned, because I just haven't had to deal with this sort of thing before. And I learned from this that you have to actually go to a place that's like literally dedicated to tire replacement if you want to get your tire replaced. So I was able to, I was kind of annoyed or frustrated with this, just because I'd already driven like almost 5 miles down the road to there. I'd had to pull up the road several times, slow down, put my blinkers on, that sort of thing. And then it turned out that there was a tire place. It was like a bit further down the road, but I looked at the tire at that point, and obviously trying to drive all the way to that Jiffy Lube, it had damaged the tire. It was basically pulverized at that point. So I was like, okay, I've gone as far as I'm gonna get. If I try to go any further, I'm gonna end up in a really bad way. And I called my dad, and then I actually texted him the night before, but I called him, eventually got in contact with him. But I decided to just kind of like look up online to see if there's any sort of roadside assistance type service out there where they'd be willing to tow my car to a place nearby where they could change out the tire. And I found one, got that set up. The guy came. It took him about an hour and a half. You guess he was a bit far out there. But first place you got taken to, which I had to set up where they want me to be dropped off. But the first place, they just did actual engine work. They didn't do any tire change again. So but they were nice enough to tell me, there were two of them, but the one of them was nice to tell me that if you just go down the road, there's Esmeralda's Tires. They do that sort of stuff. So then went back to the tow truck guy, and he had to check if we were within range that he would still be getting paid. And he was it was within range. It was just like a mile further down the road, and he was willing to give me the ride down there and drop the car off. And I got that tire changed in a jiffy. And, he was really nice and helpful and friendly, and I really appreciated that. The folks at the tire change place were nice as well. I just had to go pull some cash from my my savings account to go and pay for that, because they only did cash only. It was like $68 for that. It was like $124 for the tow service. So yeah, about, what would that be? That would be close to $200. Unexpected expense, but luckily I had some financial reserves, so I was able to take care of that. But that was sort of the most exciting thing that happened. Other than that, it's just been kind of life as usual. And man, I'm really getting to that point where I just want to be done with. I want to be done with debt. I want to be done with being at the level, financially and career-wise that I am at right now. So I'm kind of getting impatient in that sense. I'm trying to keep my head about myself and not get too, almost spicy about it, too bent out of shape about it, because they'll say, oh, things could always be worse, and they always could be worse. But I still want to be pushing towards something better, and that's really where my focus is at. Eventually I obviously want to get back to taking care of other aspects of life, getting back in shape, losing a bunch of weight, getting a bunch of fat off my body, that sort of thing. But right now, I'm just trying to push through to the end of the year and make sure I meet my financial goals that I have, which I will most likely talk about in another vlog. But yeah, past 4 months, a little bit of excitement here. Trying to make sure that I don't get my car totaled before I have it paid off. And obviously after I have it paid off, that, to keep it in good working condition so I get my money's worth out of it, that sort of deal. But anywho, that's basically it for me right now. I'm reading Dune Messiah about halfway, a little bit past halfway through that. And I'm going to finish up here, and then like the second vlog, I'll upload them both, and then I'll just try to like unwind and go to bed. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you folks around. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.